Welcome to Malice and Mystery, where the darkness speaks. Enter a world of chilling tales, eerie mysteries, and spine-tingling horror. From real-life paranormal encounters to unsolved mysteries and terrifying urban legends, we bring you the darkest stories from the shadows. Subscribe if you dare, and remember, some mysteries are better left unsolved. The truth about the Smiling Man urban legend. Urban legends have always been a part of our collective consciousness. They are the stories we tell in the dark, the tales that send shivers down our spines. But what if some of these legends are more than just stories? What if they are based on something real? Tonight, we delve into one of the most chilling urban legends of all time, the story of the Smiling Man. Old newspaper clippings, grainy photographs, and shadowy figures. The title card appears. The truth about the Smiling Man. Scene 1, the legend begins. A group of friends sits around a campfire, their faces illuminated by the flickering flames. One of them begins to speak.
Friend 1.
Have you guys ever heard of the Smiling Man? They say he appears at night, just standing there, smiling at you. No matter where you go, he's always there, watching, waiting. Friend 2? Yeah, I've heard about him. They say if you see him, you're already marked. He'll follow you home, and then, well, no one really knows what happens next. A young woman is walking home alone at night. The street is empty, and the only sound is the crunch of her footsteps on the pavement. Suddenly, she notices a figure in the distance. The camera zooms in on the figure, a man with an unnaturally wide smile. His eyes gleaming in the darkness. The legend of the Smiling Man has been told in countless variations, but the core elements remain the same. A lone individual, walking at night, encounters a man with a grotesque, exaggerated smile. The Smiling Man doesn't speak, doesn't move, he just stands there, watching, and then he begins to follow. The young woman quickens her pace, glancing over her shoulder. The Smiling Man is still there, his smile never faltering. She breaks into a run, but no matter how fast she goes, he's always just a few steps behind. Scene 2. The origins of the legend. A historian's office. Bookshelves line the walls filled with ancient tomes and dusty manuscripts. A historian sits at a desk, surrounded by papers. Historian. The origins of the Smiling Man legend are difficult to trace. Some believe it dates back to the early 20th century, with reports of a mysterious figure seen lurking in the shadows of small towns. Others think it's a more modern tale, born out of the anxieties of urban life. Historian. There are accounts of a man matching the Smiling Man's description appearing in various locations across the globe. In each case, the witnesses describe the same unnerving smile, the same silent pursuit. But what's most disturbing is that many of these accounts end with the witness disappearing, never to be seen again. Scene 3. Eyewitness accounts, a dimly lit room. A man sits in a chair, his face partially obscured by shadows. He speaks in a hushed, trembling voice. Eyewitness 1. I saw him. So it was late and I was walking home from work. He was just standing there under a streetlight, smiling at me. I tried to ignore him, but he started following me. I ran, but he was always there, just out of reach. I don't know how I got away, but I haven't been able to sleep since. Eyewitness 2. I thought it was just a prank at first. You know, someone trying to scare me, but then I realized he wasn't human. His smile was too wide, his eyes too bright. I locked myself in my house, but I could see him through the window, just standing there, smiling. Eyewitness 3. I don't know if it was real or if I was just imagining it, but I swear he was there. I could feel him watching me, even when I couldn't see him. And that smile, it's burned into my mind. I can't forget it. Scene 4. The investigation, a detective's office. A seasoned investigator sits at his desk, flipping through a file labeled Smiling Man. Detective, detective. I've been looking into these reports for years. At first, I thought it was just a bunch of kids playing pranks. But the more I dug, the more I realized there's something off about this whole thing. The descriptions are too consistent, the details too specific. And then there are the disappearances. A map with red pins marking locations where sightings of the smiling man have been reported. The detective's voice continues over the map. Detective, every time the smiling man is seen, someone goes missing. Sometimes it's the witness, sometimes it's someone close to them, but there's always a connection. And the strange thing is, there's never any evidence. No bodies, no traces, nothing. It's like they just vanish into thin air. Scene 5. The truth revealed. A dark, abandoned building. The camera slowly pans through the empty halls, revealing broken windows and graffiti-covered walls. The narrator's voice returns. Despite the countless stories and investigations, the truth about the smiling man remains elusive. Is he a figment of our imagination? A manifestation of our deepest fears? Or is he something more sinister? Something that exists in the shadows, waiting for the right moment to strike? A photograph, a blurry image of a man with a wide, unnatural smile. The camera zooms in on the smile, which seems to grow wider and more menacing as the screen fades to black. Perhaps some legends are better left untold. Perhaps some truths are too terrifying to face. But one thing is certain, the smiling man is out there, watching, waiting. And if you see him, it may already be too late. Until next time, this is Malice and Mystery, signing off. Sleep well if you can.